welcome to come here in our No Name in Town gallery. So finally from Zhujiajiao we move to No Name in Town, our small gallery in downtown in Shanghai, in a very center of Shanghai, which is Jing'an district. Well, I see, I'm very proud because it's growing. Shanghai is really speed a lot. Like everybody knows, Shanghai is a type of city that is changing every day. And we're facing new project almost every day, new light. I always say No Name is a type of dark tunnel, and we go where we point the light. So we just point the light, we saw the light, and we just go on. And that is what happened to us. In less than 2 months, we opened an NFT art gallery. So we also represent digital new media artists on an NFT platform. It's a platform which is Chinese, based in China, but of course open overseas. The platform is open for everybody. And we also launching a new, very big art gallery in the center of the city, which is our new challenge of 2022. In 2 months we'll have finally the gallery in the town. So all our residency artists will work and create in the Zhujiajiao, in this very calm and peaceful space. Which have also a very big community around, because almost 200 artists already living in Zhujiajiao. And then we will exhibit them at the end of the month, every month in the center of the city, in a proper gallery. Well, few of them, I would say, like, first of all, like chasing your dream, chasing your passion, because it's the only way you can really succeed. Because it's doing something that you like to do will help you to wake up early at morning, and sometimes do the overwork, which if you do something that you don't like, you will never able to do it. And second, definitely to find a trustful partner who have the same goal and passion that you have, which you can share, fight, but also get the goal done. And just follow your dream basically, and don't be afraid to do something new, because sometimes we're facing problems no matter what, like the COVID. But in this difficulty, sometimes you can see and find the opportunity that you was looking for all your life. So if you are willing to get this sacrifice and to maybe suffer, in the software, maybe you can find something and create something that no one has done before. Also, if you work in a creative industry, it's very personal. Also art. Sometimes people like it, sometimes they hate it, sometimes they don't even understand it. So you have this problem which you can compromise yourself and your ability to do things just because you listen too much to other opinion. But that's the problem, like you have to have your own goal, you have to know your vision. And in art and culture sometimes it's a bit more difficult because it's very personal. So if I want to sell a painting, I maybe can sell it very easy one day, but I can be very tough the second day. And this is all because cultural barrier, they don't understand, or they feel a little bit different. So first of all, listen, try to understand, and then give your vision, or try to help them to understand. Don't just think everything is like that. You need to follow up, like a little bit, give time to people understand. Well, if they depend on these things, they're not artists. Okay, artist for myself is someone who are not painting for the viewer. Okay, and you can see in the history of art, the revolutionary artists are the one who was doing because they have to. They have something inside they have to express. and Van Gogh and Picasso, all the most famous ones, and even the contemporary one, they're not doing that for the viewer, they are doing that for themselves. After that, they come the curator, the gallery, and all these viewers, which are deciding if it's something good or not. But yes, definitely something true that the art itself become art when on the eyes of the viewer. But artist has to do it no matter what. So if you want to be an artist, forget about do something for, otherwise you are a designer, you're not an artist. And that's the difficulty we face it every time also with brand, because they want that brand on the painting. But I say to them, this is not your painting, it's the artist's painting. How you can approach this painting with your brand, this is your job, it's not the artist's job. Okay, so I always face these difficulties, but I always say like, brand do your stuff, artists do your stuff, and we will work to make them together. Absolutely. But it's in our way it's in our responsibility to express this to the customer, to show how, because sometimes it's not the art himself who can speak to the customer, but maybe it's the idea, maybe it's the personality of the artist. If the artists are very secure and they are very humble, but also they express something very different, maybe it's exactly the message the brand have the same, because they want to be secure, they want to show that to the customer that they are positioning themselves as a tough and strong brand. So if you match with the artists which have the same personality, maybe it's enough. You don't need even to talk about the art himself. That's why we work not only with the, let's say, painters, but we also work with musicians, we also work with different media, not only painters. What can I say? Just be yourself, keep dreaming, because it's not cost you anything, and try to chasing your dream as much you can. And sometimes the universe listens to you. So if you're willing to help other people and work with other culture and sometimes forget about the limitation that you have, you can reach something that you are unexpected. I never think that when I was working as an art director 8 hours a day in a company, I will open a gallery one day. Even if I know that was my dream, but I never even think that was come true one day. So in less than 6 years I did it. So, and I'm not any special person or rich or whatever. So just give time to things. Like Rome is not built in one day. Since I'm from Rome, and take your time, and you will see your path. So welcome to come here in our No Name in Town gallery. So finally from Zhujiajiao we move to No Name in Town, our small gallery in downtown in Shanghai, in a very center of Shanghai, which is a Jing'an district. And finally we can say that we move from the very calm and peaceful environment of Zhujiajiao and our residency studio, where artists create them artwork, to exhibit in the city, in downtown, in our No Name in Town gallery. Well, like they have this business model, like I say, like we like to think that the artist has to create, has to be in a very peaceful environment outside the city, to be able to create, to reflect, to be in peace with themselves. And then we like to think that we actually need, on the more business side, a place where we can exhibit and show the artwork that the artists build and create during the residency time. Absolutely, yes. This is our first No Name in Town, but we like to think that this format we will replicate in different locations in Shanghai during this year. This is just the first one we just opening last few months ago. and hopefully soon we will open a different no name in town. And today, what you see today in this beautiful red chair, standing a little bit higher than normally, is a new installation which we call a urban art installation, which is made by No Name Studio, but is also an installation that we ask any different artist, director to interact with this and to create more content and more awareness. The concept of this installation is called sit down, as you can see, but it's also like sit down to standing up. So right now we are actually in a very nice gym, which is our neighbors, which is also support us when we do events.